Hey guys, what's up? It's your boy, back again. I just wanted to make a real quick video because I think I discovered something, guys. I was debating whether I should put this video out because of the fact that I don't like to give away my trade secrets, especially when I find something good. You know, most content creators, they tend to give you like the little snippets, but not like the whole total thing. So, I'm gonna probably say something that's a little bit controversial, particularly about Canyon, right? Now everybody who if we're in KVK right now, so we have like KVK Canyon, right? So if you look at the top people in Canyon in their lineups, they all have 𝗙𝗔𝗦𝗘 Mulan. Some people, well, he's got 𝗙𝗔𝗡 Constantine, 𝗙𝗔𝗦 Mulan, 𝗙𝗔𝗡 Constantine, 𝗙𝗔𝗦 Mulan. What if I told you that 𝗙𝗔𝗦 Mulan is actually not the best pair for buffs?
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Under a certain context. Now everybody's gonna be like, "Oh my god!" In the comments. I get it. Look. Everybody's got 𝗙𝗔𝗦 Mulan, 𝗙𝗔𝗦 Mulan, 𝗙𝗔𝗦 Mulan, 𝗙𝗔𝗦 Mulan, 𝗙𝗔𝗡 Constantine. I get it. But what if I told you that Constantine Mulan is actually better than 𝗙𝗔𝗦 Mulan? And what if I could demonstrate that to you? Now, I want you to take a look at my Canyon right now. There's a reason for this, right? So now I had some people hit me, right? Because I didn't have my defense set up correctly. And like before this, there was like mad wins. I wish it kept a longer history, but it doesn't. So, but I was able to get revenge on everybody who hit me and won, right? And I use what I call my death lineup, right? So look over here, it's kind of like the same thing, like undefeated, never lost, right? With my lineup. So let's take a look at this guy. He's what, 2.8 million power, and I'm like not like 2.6 something power, but that doesn't matter. That mainly means you have a lot of your commanders maxed. Doesn't necessarily mean you have great gear or crystal tech. But let's see what happens, right? So I've got 𝗲𝗚 on the edge, 𝗲𝗚𝗢𝗥𝗚, and you might say, why the hell are you running 𝗲𝗚𝗢𝗥𝗚 in Canyon in 2023, about to be 2024? Well, there's a good reason for that, and I'll show you in a second, because it goes to my theory on why Constantine Mulan is better than 𝗙𝗔𝗦 Mulan in Canyon, at least. Okay, you just saw that. Okay, so I'll show you another one. All right, so I'm going to see if you guys can pick up why without me having to explain it first, right? So we got the 𝗲𝗚 on the edge, right? 𝗲𝗚𝗢𝗥𝗚, right, against a very powerful archer pair, and Henry Nebu. But then if you notice in these fights, after they beat my 𝗲𝗚𝗢𝗥𝗚, they have to come to my Constantine. Now what do you notice is happening in battle for these past two battles? I'll show you another one at this, right? Look at what's happening. And it's not that I'm so great and so powerful and have so much gear and crystal tech. That's not what's happening here. Even though I do have a fair amount. I'm not by any means maxed player or whale or big spender anymore. Nowhere near the spender I used to be, right? Another battle, right? There's a theme I want you to pay attention to in these battles. It's very important because I'm trying to make you a point to you, right? And this is someone who didn't surround my 𝗲𝗚. They attacked me straight up. right? So the last two battles, they swarmed my Guan. But this one, you know, they're like, I can put Nevsky on that 𝗂𝗚𝗦𝗘 because 𝗂𝗚𝗦𝗘 sucks in Canyon in 2023, and they're right. Unless you use him properly. Now, notice what's happening meanwhile with the other marches, right? So you kill my Guan, but you immediately have to face my Constantine. But the other marches I have have more troops left over, so I'm gonna win naturally. It's a war of attrition in Canyon, right? So boom, my three biggest damage dealers are still alive. I say all that to say this. If you look at Constantine, right, and if you can see, my gear on Constantine is relatively pedestrian, right? So, you know, infantry defense, infantry health, no attack whatsoever. But there's a key stat that I need you to understand about Constantine real quick. He has 40% infantry defense, the highest infantry defense you can get in the game possible, right? Now, if you look at the gear he's got, you can get him another 31.5% defense. Now we know that the more of a stat you accumulate, stats have diminishing returns, right? Over a certain amount. So that's already 71% defense. I'm sorry, I apologize. I'm wrong. It's 56% health and 31% defense. Between his health skill and the stats I'm getting from the gear, right? Plus the 31% defense, right? And then the armaments, they're not great. You know, health, defense, you know, some attack, which he needs because he has basically no attack stats. But that's not the important part of this. The important part of this is if you look at Mulan, right? What does Mulan do? She buffs your marches, which is why everybody brings her with Trajan. And of course, mine is not max. Otherwise, you would get 30% of stats instead of 15% of stats. So, but again, that's not important. You know, rage reduction, that's nice. Damage reduction, that's nice. Attack bonus, that's nice. And damage taken increase is also nice because if in Canyon, you know, you're increasing the amount of damage somebody has taken, that's going to be important later. But when you come to the museum and you go to Mulan, oh, what is that? 20% health and 15% skill damage reduction, as if Constantine wasn't already tanky enough. So you've got 60% health and basically 30% defense and 15% skill damage taken reduction, and she buffs your nearby troops too. Now, you might say, why are you still using 𝗂𝗚𝗦𝗘? Well, here's the thing. Alexander the Great makes it so that 3 of your nearby enemy marches take 30% more damage for 4 seconds. Now, that's all damage, by the way. That's not just skill damage. That's all damage. Now, let's go to Trajan for a second and see why he gives you, you know, I'm trying to see if the skill... Oh, okay. Well, if you max him, you get 30% more skill damage. Okay, fair enough. If he's not max, you get 25%. My question to you, though, is what's more valuable? 30% skill damage or 30% all damage? I think you can figure that out for yourself. Now, again, the 50 extra rage every second is nice. You know, for the next 3 seconds, though, right? So, I mean, that's cool, right? You know, if you have horn, then, you know, that, you know, kind of takes it over the top. You want to fire off your skills as often as possible within, you know, what's possible in the limits of the game. I get that. But I'd rather have all damage than skill damage, because think about it this way: you take a smite commander. You know, we got the first one introduced into the game, 𝗂𝗟𝗙𝗢𝗢𝗢. He does smite damage. So Trajan's buff has no impact on 𝗂𝗚𝗢𝗙𝗢𝗢. And notice that in the top marches in Canyon, who do people have primary? 𝗂𝗚𝗢𝗙 Constantine. You know, or some version like 𝗂𝗚𝗢𝗙 Constantine again, right? 𝗂𝗚𝗢𝗙 Constantine again. So your Trajan is literally doing nothing for your 𝗂𝗚𝗢𝗙. Okay? So again, if you can figure out a way to incorporate Constantine with Mulan secondary, and you can get 𝗂𝗚𝗦𝗘 in one of your marches somewhere, right? You can pretty much figure out how to create a death matchup. And by the way, it should also be noted that my Constantine and Mulan are not even maxed, right? Look at this, 24. I can get higher, but my point is, like, ever since I made this change, like, look, the results speak for itself. Look at this. Like, before I made this change, I was like, I had a losing record in Canyon, both home kingdom and, you know, Lost Canyon. Look at this. Look how hard it is to kill that Constantine because of all the health he has. Alright, they killed my 𝗂𝗏, which is easy to do, right? But the point is, now there's a few other things that put this into context and why this is winning. It's not that, like I said, it's not that I'm so great, but you know, my highest damage DPS marches are on the other side, right? So you got the tanking marches and you got the DPS marches. And you know, my goal is, and these are defenses. Now, on the attacking end, my strategy is to basically put my strongest DPS on their tankiest marches or their weakest marches, right? So we got the strong DPS up, crash. It's always something dumb. Always something dumb. Okay. And then it's going to take forever for the canyons to load because when you first start the game. Okay, here we go. So, what you'll notice is that my strongest DPS marches are on their weakest march, right? Because we know that 𝗂𝗏 is a glass cannon, right? Basically, I mean, he's okay, but you know, he'll melt pretty easily, right? Look at that, and he did. And meanwhile, my Constantine is still going strong, tanking all that damage, right? And I've killed off 2 of their marches, and they haven't even killed off one of mine yet. So that Constantine, they finally killed my 𝗂𝗏, which by which time I don't care, because my 𝗧𝗥𝗏𝗏, which is my strongest march, is high, and then you've got all the AoE. I mean, look at all the damage that's happening, right? Same thing here, right? You got your highest DPS marches on their weakest march, right? 𝗂𝗚𝗙𝗢𝗙, you know, people are still using XY in Canyon in 2023. That's funny. But I mean, it works if you have, you know, the gear and everything. But XY is a glass cannon, melting, melt. You can't stand in front of that. It's too much. And then with the AoE with 𝗖𝗛𝗢𝗖𝙖, 𝗧𝗥𝗜𝗢𝗙𝗀, forget it. Look at that. Still haven't even killed my Constantine yet. I'm telling you guys, there's a method to my madness. And by the way, all of my marches are benefiting from the 30% all damage that Alex is giving them. Plus, my marches are able to stay alive because Constantine is making it so that everybody takes 10% less damage. And Mulan is giving everybody 15% attack, health, and defense. So if you can figure out a way to get 𝗂𝗜𝗦𝗘 and Trajan Mulan in your Canyon lineup, I would suggest you do it. Now, all of this obviously comes with caveats. If you don't have the gear, like these are all workarounds that I found for being a kind of a lower power, free to play ish player who doesn't have all this maxed commanders and this and that and all the fancy stuff, but still figure out a way to perform well in Canyon, right? So this is my defense. I mean, it's a version of what I showed you. Just swap out the Alex with the what's his name, Charles Martel, which he has a bunch of tankiness, right? But I'd rather have Alex. But the problem is you can't have 𝗂𝗦𝗘 on the front row. He'll melt too quickly. So that's why I swapped him out with Charles Martel. Although it won't perform as well defensively. Like you'll win more than you'll lose, but you won't have like the win, right? So I mean, you could put I could obviously just swap this out, but I'm experimenting. So like in Home Kingdom, I have this lined up, and then in Lost Canyon, I actually have the Death lineup. And obviously, we see that in Lost Canyon, I have a better record. And I'm fighting against more powerful opponents. Or I would say more powerful attackers are attacking me in Lost Kingdom than they are in my Home Kingdom. So, look at this. This guy's got Max Nevsky Justinian. Bro, like, come on. He's 833. I'm like... He's 2,833,000. I'm like, 2,670,000. Like, come on. Look at this. So, and he swarmed down my 𝗂𝗦𝗘. Look at this. Swarmed it down. Melted. Melt like butter. That's why I said you can't put 𝗂𝗦𝗘 on the front line. If you use this strategy, you got to be smart about where you put it. Not that I have the best gear on him either. That's the other thing that needs to be said. But look what happens when everybody runs into my Constantine. They can't kill it fast enough. And while they're focusing on killing my Constantine, I'm melting all their Look at that. Look, like butter. And he has like max commanders because the higher the score in Canyon, that means the more commanders you have maxed. The newer if you have like the newest max, like his score is probably not 2.9 million because he's got Charles Martel and Harold, because those are older commanders, so you don't get as much power points for maxing these commanders in Canyon as you do for like the newer commanders. So yeah, he's got, you don't get as many points for 𝗥𝗚𝗦 William or 𝗂𝗏, but you do get a lot of points for maxing your boy right here. I forgot his name, But yeah, and it just melts, like it's crazy. So the moral of the story, I think I've demonstrated in certain situations, in certain scenarios. I'm not saying overall. It depends. It varies between who your most powerful marches are. I have 2 marches that have legendary gear that's pretty, you know, it's not like the best of the best of the best, but I can stand there with about, you know, most of the players who play this game at this point. And look at this. So I don't like giving away trade secrets, but I figured, you know, this was so good. And then, oh, I love this because Gainz, and he's gonna hit me twice too. Come on, that's not proper etiquette, is it? Oh, he's trying to get up in the rankings because it's about to be 7 o'clock, so reset's about to happen. But what he doesn't know, and remember, in Home Kingdom, I don't have the death lineup. I just have like the other combination. This is a perfect time for me to demonstrate, and he's a streamer too, so throw a like on here and subscribe. You know, although he's a much more prominent YouTuber than I am, but he's also more consistent at making content than I am. But that's my guy. I would hope to do some collaborations with him in the future. I'm trying to get it done, but he's a hard guy to get a hold of. So yeah, you guys are going to see firsthand how I go about doing this. So I got to make sure the first thing I do in Canyon is, you know, I review how I lost, because he hit me twice. Hold on, let me go back. Yes. He didn't move up that far, which probably explains why he had to hit me twice, because he was like, I got to get separation here. So he beat me straight up. Okay, I can respect that. And it looks like he put his highest DPS marches against my highest DPS marches. And his highest DPS marches, it's kind of even, right? Okay. You know, this is a part of being great in Canyon. If you're a Canyon player, you can't be good at anything else, then Canyon is kind of like there as a default mode. Okay, and part of the reason why I lost is because Constantine is on the rim and his 𝗂𝙖𝙞𝗦𝗘 has too much troops left. So you can see that the battle was close. If I would have had my death line up, I probably would have won both times. Okay. Oh, we got another person who wants to be... Okay, well, that's fine. We'll beat both of them. So enough of that. Let's do this, guys. I'm going to show you right here in real time how to get her done. So we put this over here. Put that there. And let's do this. I mean, technically, I was supposed to put Constantine at the top because his highest DPS marches were on top. But for the sake of 𝗂𝗑𝗓𝗓 taking out this 𝗂𝗚, we want to definitely have that. So let's see. I don't like how fast my Constantine Mulan is dying. That's not sexy. He might have updated his crystal tech too, because I know his crystal tech is like far better than mine. Oh my gosh, can't believe this is happening. Alright, mother effer. That's fine, whatever.
You got knocked the fuck out, man!
His crystal, he upgraded his crystal tech better than mine. Well, that's fine. Put this up here. Put this down here. Let's see what happens. Yeah, I don't love this 𝗂𝗓𝗏 situation. Yeah. That 𝗂𝗘𝗧𝙢𝙞𝙣𝙯 is doing some damage. Yeah, I don't know, guys. This is going to be a little bit tough here. I might have to scrap this video. Oh my god. This is embarrassing. How? That's because my crystal tech's not that great. Okay, well, I hate this. Made me look dumb in my own video.
You're right. You're absolutely right.
Whatever. It's like that 𝗲𝗓𝗑 video when it was like, yeah, you can't break the glasses. I'm telling you I can break the glasses, and he breaks the glasses, and then 𝗲𝗓𝗑 is like, so dang.
Break these.
They're unbreakable. Speedy.
They're not unbreakable.
Speedy.
Don't tell me it's unbreakable.
Listen,
Don't challenge me.
listen.
Don't challenge me, Ray J.
They're
I will break them.
Listen, Speedy, they're unbreakable. They cannot break. It's impossible. I don't care.
This is getting kind of ugly. Probably should just stop trying at this point. Yeah.
Son of a bitch! I agree.
Alright, I'm gonna just stop trying because I'm like losing. Probably gonna lose again. I'm just gonna have to scrap this video if I lose again. Although the first time I attacked him, I said I should probably put the Constantine on the bottom instead of the top. Turns out I was right. Ooh, I don't like that 𝗂𝗘𝗧𝙗 being free, but hopefully I can get some revenge. Booyah, baby. Revenge. So I wasn't wrong. Just wrong order. Alright, well, there you go.
Finally! Come on! Yes! Come on! Ah! Yes!
Beat Gainz, Gaming, and Canyon. Throw a like on here, subscribe to the channel, and I'll be back for 𝗥𝗜𝗦𝗘, which is in a few days. It's going to be pretty epic. Stay tuned.